can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Weiss here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs like the founders of P90X, Atari, RX Bar, many more, how they overcome big challenges in life and business. Our sponsor today is Rise25.com, which I co-founded with my business partner, John Corcoran. Rise25 hosts in-person VIP events and masterminds for top entrepreneurs. Nathan's been to one. We do them all over the country, including many events in the e-commerce industry. We hosted events this past year in Austin, Chicago, Santa Barbara, San Diego, where you're from, New York, Sonoma, Las Vegas, more. So if you see the value of immersing yourself with other top entrepreneurs to connect and collaborate, to get your business to the next level, it's all about relationships. And that's what Sourcify does too, right? Then go to rise25.com and find out where our next event is going to be. So, Nathan, thanks for joining me. I'm going to introduce you in a second, but you were at our last event. What did you think?
Yeah, amazing. I mean, the amount of people that I connected with was incredible.
Cool. I did not pay you to say that. So, so today we have Nathan Resnick. He's Sourcing Pro, founder of Sourcify. He's built multiple e-commerce companies, 7-figure Kickstarter projects, and speaks fluent Mandarin on top of it. Sourcify is the fastest growing sourcing platform backed by YCombinator that helps hundreds of companies manufacture products around the world. He even managed to get a cease and desist from Connor McGregor, yes, the UFC competitor. So we will talk a little about that too. Nathan, thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. What's been a low moment? And then you probably don't have any low moments in business, right? But and then what's been on the flip side been one of the proudest moments or milestones?
So, the low moment, it's crazy. I mean, this was just last year in June. I had my co-founder at the time who was in Europe. We were planning to move into this office together and start, working on Sourcify. And he was traveling Europe with his girlfriend and called me and said, Nathan, I've had a family emergency. Something's gone wrong. He basically said, I'm not going to be able to start Sourcify with you. I'm going to have to drop out. And he was our, lead developer, was going to develop our platform. And so literally this day that we had, we were supposed to move in our office, my then lead developer called me and said, look, Nathan, I'm not going to be able to start Sourcify with you. And I was in shock. This was at 6 a.m. and already had been accepted in this co-working incubator office type of space and was going to get ready to go. And then at 7 a.m. got a call from my dad, and my dad says, Nathan, your grandma has passed away. I'm like, wow.
That's a bad day.
Yeah, 2 incredibly important people passing or leaving me in one day is nuts. I mean, my grandma passed peacefully, and sure, she's in a better place now. But I realized I was sitting there. I was crying, to be honest. I was very kind of hit a wall, and I said to myself, look, number one, what do I think my grandma would want me to do, and number two, can I still go out and build this company? Do I need to have this co-founder? And I think a lot of times in the startup world, people think they need a co-founder, think they need someone to build a company with them. At the end of the day, you need a great team and you need people to support you as you grow. But if you start yourself and start growing, there's no reason you need to give, 30 or 50% of your company to anyone else. You can do that yourself and grow a team around you as you grow or as you, become profitable or as you raise money. You don't have to necessarily start with other people. And so, for me, I said, look, you know what? I'm going to go about this journey and see how far I can get and make it happen. And so ended up, moving into our office space alone. It was just me. And to see, how far we've come in the past year has been incredible. I can't thank everyone that has supported us and heard of Sourcify before and is getting interested in it because, it's a roller coaster. For us, too. It's like, look, we're starting a company here. We're trying to disrupt an industry. We're taking on some big fish, and the process that we're creating, we love hearing customer feedback. We love helping people. But at the end of the day, and I think a lot of times in entrepreneurship, there's sometimes this mirage of success. It's like, look, every company goes through that roller coaster. And even like, for example, one of our investors, the founder of GoFundMe is this incredible platform that people use around the world to raise money for all sorts of charitable causes.
It could be like a medical condition that they have, or
Exactly. And so GoFundMe is this incredible business where they started, I think, about 10 or 12 years ago, but the founders had an incredible success where they sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. But what a lot of people don't realize is that didn't happen overnight. It happened over the course of 8 or 9 years. Like same with Dropbox. Dropbox started 11 or 12 years ago, and they just went public. And so, seeing the journey and really having a team that's there for the long run is extremely important. And I think that's one of the most overlooked parts of starting a company. If you are hiring someone new, ask them, what's going to keep you here in 5 years? What's going to keep you here in 10 years? Think longer term, because I think when you have that longer term vision and when you have that, thought in your head of where you want to create a company that outlives you, or like, I listened to How I Built This, Michael Dell, the founder of Dell Computers, listening to him talk and understand how he went through the process. I mean, he was making over $60 million when he was 21. Incredible. And that company now is, at that time it sounds like a lot, but now it's making tens of billions of dollars. It's crazy. And, to see how he's put himself and put Dell in a position to outlive himself, I think is something that every entrepreneur should think about. And there's obviously certain startups that go for more of a quick growth and flip type of model, which you don't always understand and know the circumstances in the future. But I think having it in your head in terms of how is this gonna turn out over the next 10 years, because at the end of the day, I don't think 10 years it's not that long of a time period. I mean, most people live to be around 80 or so nowadays. I mean, 1/8 of your life. I mean, some people say maybe the younger ones are better than the older ones, but we can talk again in 30 years and see how we do.
We'll do this in 10 years. I'm going to mark my calendar 10 years from now.
Yeah.
No, Nathan, I appreciate you sharing that, because it is oftentimes we just hear of a success and we think it's overnight. We don't see all of the work and the time and the trials and tribulations that went into it. So, I mean, you faced some like day one, with a personal tragedy, and then the business, it'll be a blip when you look back on it, but at the time it seems like devastating. On the flip side, what's been one of the proud moments, milestones?
I think for us, it's exciting every day because we get to create and bring so many different products to life. And we've worked with companies that are, as big as $800 million to companies that are just starting. And it's amazing to see the amount of creativity in the world and what people are creating. I mean, that's really the beauty behind it. And I think for us, that's what keeps us going. That's what excites us. And it's an amazing feeling to bring a product to life. I remember when I was in college, I invented the first leather watch strap without holes. I was in class, got a notification from DHL, your package arrived. This was my first sample of these watches. And, I stood up, I'm going to the bathroom, drove home as fast as I could and got to my house, opened the package, and I was blown away. This idea that I had in my head was now
pretty
a
cool
product on my wrist. And like that moment, that feeling is something we get to create every day for companies and people through Sourcify. And so that's really the excitement. There's going to be some highs like getting into Y-Combinator or raising money, but at the end of the day, those points in a company's life are really just a means to a start or a means to grow.
Totally.
A lot of people think startups go raise a bunch of money, they're successful. Raising money is a means to a start. It's not a means to an end by any means. I mean, maybe it enables you to pay yourself some money or grow your team faster, more effectively, but raising money means you've got a lot of responsibility. You've got to make a return on that money for your investors.
Totally. I'm sure anyone invests in you will record that bit to them. But I have one last question, Nathan, and I just want to tell people, check out trysourcify.com. Trysourcify.com. They have some great information on there. Check out their platform. If you have an idea or if you're a company that wants to actually expand their product line, it shortcuts your time. Time is valuable, and if you want to shortcut the time that you're spending, it could be a full-time job trying to communicate and figure this stuff out. So that's what they do. So check out trysourcify.com. Cease and desist from Conor McGregor.
Yeah. So that's
one person I would not want to upset. I'll put it that way.
That was probably the most fun we had last year, where for people that aren't listening in, there was this amazing Conor McGregor suit that he wore to the Floyd Mayweather press conference when him and Floyd Mayweather were fighting, and it had pinstripes going down the suit that said, F you, F you, F you. And we saw that same night that everyone else saw it, and the world was going crazy about it. It was all over every media outlet, and we said, let's manufacture those. And I said, should we? And we're like, yeah, why not? So we literally manufactured, got samples in a week, did a little photo shoot, and the suit fit me, so I was the model.
From the back, I could see you kind of could look like Conor McGregor from the back. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I got to hit the gym a little more, but the suit went viral. We launched fuckyousuits.com, and we were all over, Hypebeast, Bro Bible, The Slate, and in the first week, we did $23,000 organically in sales. I mean, these products were priced anywhere from, I think, the wallets for like $40 to the suits being like $200 or $300. And the margins on them were great. I mean, I'll send you the article.
I read the article. It's amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Very transparent about the unit economics behind it. And, it was just kind of this dynamic of creating a buzz and following a trend. I think there's always opportunities to create products that follow a trend. And that's really a moment where we hit the nail on the head in terms of building on that momentum. The story doesn't end with us making a boatload of money. It ends with us getting a cease and desist.
You're pinned down and punched in the face. No.
Yeah. Partially because, we were using Conor McGregor's IP and images in the marketing that we were doing and weren't really, thinking ahead in that sense. But it was a matter about the experience and, just being able to showcase what we can do at Sourcify, and also really just being an example for every e-commerce entrepreneur. I think a lot of times people think it takes, a month or months to actually create a e-commerce company or store. We did it in a few days, and then did a good amount of sales in a week.
So you got a cease and desist, but you got something good out of the deal.
Yeah, so they gave 2 tickets. The marketing guys got to go. I was like,
Oh, you didn't go. So you went. So they went to the Mayweather McGregor fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up going to an Irish bar wearing the suit, though. I mean, everyone was taking photos of me there. That was pretty cool.
Well, Nathan, first one, I want to be the first one. Thank you so much. Everyone check out trysourcify.com. This has been a blast.
Jeremy, thank you.
Yeah.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100 grand.